Hi, I am Dr. Riddick Moore. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm visiting with my daughter, and then also you might hear me sniffing. It's allergy season. I'm surprised. I went this whole year so far with no attack. Usually allergy season is like spring, early summer, but it's also August, September, linking over to October as well. So I just been hydrating myself and taking lots of Benadryl, and I am feeling better. So I just told you all that in case you see me wipe my nose or cough or sniff, you know what's up. So I am Dr. Eurydice of Eurydice. We are a for-profit sole proprietor. We're going to be changing that to a LLC soon. Um, we have been in business 20 years. We will be celebrating 20 years in business in December. I just want to welcome you. Thank you. If you are new, please subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, thank you for tuning in and for subscribing. My contact information is scrolling across the screen. You can get in touch with me. Uh, well, we are a consulting firm. We assist people in attaining the 501c3 status. We have 501c3 specialists, grant writing, and we just recently launched our government contract business. And so that's enough. I've been doing a series of nonprofit videos that I hope you will find helpful. I've done a ton of them. Today's video is going to be on funding history. And I will be reading from, I don't know if you can see this, resource development going to the next level. And what do this say? Uh, Whether our country has a new federal governmental administration, the game always changes. Keep track. Continue researching and reviewing IIS website to stay abreast to different changes for the nonprofit. So they have a newsletter. I recommend that you go to irs.gov, and do a search, nonprofit newsletter. And then once you have that, then there's a form for you to complete so that you can be on an email so that they can email different things to you. Um, so we're going to talk about funding history. What is a funding history? Who Whoever give you money for the nonprofit, remember it's for the nonprofit, not for you, because you don't want to commingle and you don't want to end up in jail. Through the years, there have been people that have gone to jail over misappropriation and mishandling of the funds that come into the nonprofit. I even seen pastors go to jail. Okay, you cannot commingle. Example, let's say you have a church and the light bill need to be paid and the tithes and offering is low. You cannot, and you have a computer program that's for the youth. And when you wrote that grant, you said that the money was going towards the computers, computer furniture, software, uh, paying teachers, food for the kids, and you just decide you're gonna pay the light bill. Guess what? That's misappropriation of funds because you don't have it in the grant. that a portion of that money will go towards life. So you want to avoid misappropriation of funds. Okay. So what is the funding history? Funding history is the funds that come into the non-for-profit. Okay, whether it's through private contributors, donors, whether it's through sponsorship, whether it's through grants from the government, local, state, county, or federal, whether the funds is from businesses or whether the funds is from foundations and corporations or companies. You have to keep a record of what comes into the nonprofit. Okay. So, what is the funding history? Keeping records of funds that come in to the nonprofit. And you would appreciate it because at the end of the year, you have to complete what is the 990 based on what has came in. The Internal Revenue Service call it gross receipts. There are different types of 990 tax filing. I don't do 990s. I used to, but I have someone that I can refer you to that is a paralegal that will help you. Okay, how do you put together a funding history? You could use Excel, or a spreadsheet, QuickBook, or I'm a paper pen person. You could create a chart and print it out, and it has columns. Or you could just simply get a notebook and declare it to be a log, and you log in uh, whether you decide to use the spreadsheet or the log book or the printed sheet where you're recording. Then you need to have columns. So column one should be the date. Column two should be type of funding. And you could put, like, you could have codes. P could be private, D could be donor, S could be sponsor, G could be grant. There, that's column two. Column three, you put who the funds is from. Is it from Target? Is it from Walmart? Is it from a local business? That's column three. Column four is what is that fund designated? Column four designated to the food distribution program, or designated to the community closet, designated to the community garden, designated to the rental assistance program, designated to uh, the youth after school program. So which is designated to. So that's column four. Column five would be the amount. What came in? $100, 500, 1,000, 5,000, 300. You put the dollar amount. And then your last column should say note in case you need to note. Oh, no, that column put uh, restriction and then slash in the heading, unrestricted. So what do that mean? Funding that is restricted, that means it's designated for something specific. You cannot deviate. Okay, example. Funds come in and it's strictly for the computer lab. You cannot use it towards the youth after school program. So you can put an hour restricted. If it's unrestricted, you could put a U for unrestricted, which means that if you need to buy postal stamp or mailing, you could do so. Or you need to use the money to pay a subcontractor or a plumber, electrician. Okay, so that's you for unrestricted funds. And then the last column should be notes in case you need to make a notation about something. It's all about document, and then you would appreciate it because when it's time for you to file taxes, but filing, the tax filing for nonprofit is totally different for individuals and businesses. They call it gross receipts, and you have what is called the 990 postcard, the 990 EZ, and then the postcard is if your donation is $50,000 or less. So each one, like there's even a 990 if your donation is over 250,000. So you have to fill out the appropriate 990 filing. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. What is a sustainability program? And I'm reading from my book called Resource Development, Going to the Next Level. And the bonus is grant writing. Um, I am Dr. Judy C. Moore. Coming across the screen is my contact information, and where you can reach out to me. I give free 15 minutes consultation. Uh, what is a sustainability program? Funders want to know if you have a sustainability program, and you should get together with your board members. And I mentioned it on a previous video. Board members, executive team, uh, a staff, and volunteers. And you should brainstorm. As I said before in other videos, funders do not want to be ATM machines, nor do they want to be the welfare system for nonprofits. So you have to have a plan that if you get no contribution, no grants, no sponsorship, how is your program services going to continue? You got to have a plan. And I shared that a lot of non-for-profit open up businesses. And when they do their tax filing for their 990, it's known as unrelated business. And it shows up in a section on the 990. Or you could just create a for-profit arm, and then the filing is different. Let's say you do an LLC. And the purpose is to generate revenue so you can funnel money into the nonprofit. Okay, and I shared some of the popular businesses that a lot of nonprofits uh, set up: daycares, adult daycares, bookstores, cafes, thrift stores, landscaping, cleaning services, tax services, and messenger service. Those aren't the only ones, but those are ones that I found to be common to keep the nonprofit. Some nonprofit own properties, and they rent, they lease apartment. Some nonprofit, especially those that own property, they have meeting rooms, or they set up a workspace where people can come and use a room for a conference room. They could use computers. They could have a mailing address, a business mailing address. So I just name a few more. Okay. And I already shared why funders are requiring sustainability uh, plans. It's because they do not want to be the nonprofit ATM machine or welfare system. Okay. They want to know that if we withdraw funds or we don't continue to fund it into the next year, will you be able to move forward? Okay. So I also suggest on a previous video that you all should have included in your sustainability program 3 venues to occur every year. 3 venues, some type of gala. You can have a massive fundraiser, dinner. Maybe you want to do what's really a proper sneaker balls. Gym shoes, fancy gym shoes. You wear a t-shirt and jeans. and then people pay to come in. You play music, you have food. It's called a sneaker. That's another word for gym shoe ball. You could do that, or maybe you could have candy sale, or maybe you have a bake sale. You need to come up with something that's going to bring money into the nonprofit. So I'm going to stop here. That's the video for today. And I will be doing other videos. So if you like, please like, share, hit the notification button so you can know when the next video will appear. And if you subscribe, thank you for following us and for subscribing. For those that have not subscribed, please feel free to do so. So on that note, I shared about the funding history, how to create a funding history, because a lot of funders are asking for funding history. They want to know if someone had given to you, took a chance on you, and then it make it more easier to get donation if they know that someone has supported you. You got a funding history, you got a track record. That's all it is. It's a track record. So God bless, Godspeed. Hope this video has helped you in some way.